Last thing, Agent, if you had one thing that you could wish for in NBA 2K21, that would be
proximity chat, because it's realistic, it's incredibly fun, and if you're worried about the toxicity, there should be a mute feature. I've been begging for it, man. So if it ends up in the game, I'd be the most excited person ever.
There it is. Agent 00, thank you so much for joining us today on 2K TV. Mike, thank you as well. Every time you're on, we are all listening and paying attention.
Well, thanks so much for having me. It's exciting being here.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Welcome, everyone, to Noche Enabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivity. DA, take it away.
Well, Kevin Durant said his days of trying to prove himself through basketball are done. He said,
all right, thanks, DA. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Durant.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
So the next starting five. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Allen. Then it's the Kid, and it's Durant, and it's Irving in at the point guard position. And for Orlando, Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Gordon and Bamba, the combo inside. And it's Okiki in at the three, the small forward. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
And the Magic start out with the ball. Here's Fultz. Passes to Gordon. Now Bamba. Up top, Ross. Lock at 6. The teardrop falls in.
You're not getting to that now because it's got just the right touch and height. Impossible to block.
Pass to Jordan. Here's the Kid. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. There's the three. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Orlando now. About a minute played so far here in the first. Stole it. And that one is hammered home.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Gordon against Allen. Goes up on the wing. And it's Gordon missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D. Allen's position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. 2 shots. And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament part to determine the 6 through 10 seeds. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept. In theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. There are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
The Kid passes to Jordan. Now here's Durant. Out to the right wing. Here's the Kid. He's guarded by Ross. Let's count that one from the Kid. The Kid's got 9 points.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that. And, you know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
In the corner, Irving with it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Now let's take a look at the top rookies in the league. Our rankings here for the race for Rookie of the Year. Distinction every young player would love to have. As you look at the kid all season long, he has proven again and again that he is the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hardware could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
Me too, Greg. I mean, the way he has sustained his level of play for the entire season, that's what's most impressive, the consistency of his performance. He hasn't had the major ups and downs that so many rookies go through.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Markelle Fultz. The Nets have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Shooting. The first free throw is good.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
DJ Augustine's checked in for the matchup. And now the first timeout called here for the match.
Stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Let's now take this time to run down the rookies with the highest rate of steals in the season's second half. And you look at the kid, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
His steal rate in the second half of the season shows that he's figuring out the league. So they've got to learn and look out for him.
Well, the game's slowing down for him, and that's what you see happen with young players as they get more comfortable. And with that comes confidence.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots. Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And Augustine kicks to Gordon. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
You know, that kind of unselfishness, guys, from Augustine is really infectious, especially when it's coming from your point guard.
Here's the kid. Jordan. It's good on the putback.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And here's Augustine. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the pass to Gordon. Over Allen. And it's Gordon missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Pass to Ross. Now, here's Bamba. He had 10 points in the win against Indiana.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly. And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Augustine looking around. Passes it to Bamba. Now Augustine. 9-point game his last outing. Pass to Gordon. Allen with the rebound.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
The pass to the kid. Outside, KD. Kept alive. Here's Jordan, and he uses the glass on the lane. Jordan's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point, defensively, you have to take something away.
And it's sent back by Allen. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break.
And how's that for a one-man show? This fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
And fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponents. That led to some easy buckets.
Yeah, you know, you can't allow them to get into a rhythm on offense. Once that happens, then you're in trouble.
Just in case it don't add.
The Magic making the switch here. Fournier is checked in.
All right, a moment to check out stats for the kid. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. First in scoring, first in assists, and he's first in the league in steals per game. Just an incredibly aggressive and tenacious defender.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number one overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Irving against Augustine. And it's sent back by Irving. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession of the ball. Pass to Fournier. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Just 4 to shoot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Mark, a lot of fans ask us what qualifies as a legal screen versus a moving screen. They feel there's a lot of gray area there. What do you think?
Well, I think there is some gray area because the problem you have, one of the problems is a number of veterans out there have become really masters at getting a little extra into their screen, which borders on illegal and many times is. So the league is doing a pretty good job of players removing their lower upper body to help a teammate with your screen, and that should be called. And most times it is called as illegal. A hip check, a shoulder, any of that to set a screen is illegal.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And he can't get the first one.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
A kid and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his first time. Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from the kid.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys, too. Rodion's Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Passes it to Fournier. Rebounded by the Nets. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
Augustine with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Back to Irving. Here's the kid. He's guarded by Fournier. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
The feed to Gordon. Outside Fournier. Will it go? Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's the kid. He's guarded by Fournier. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for Orlando. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
The kick out to Irving. Jordan trying to free himself up. And the foul called on Jared Allen. Substitution on the court. Gordon dishes to Ross. Over to the wing. Fires from deep. Good on the triple. Three-pointer.
They are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Gordon and Bamba, the combo inside. Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. And it's Okiki in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the matchup. Durant, the pass to the kid. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Lando's gone 2 of 3 when they step beyond the arc in the second quarter. Good ball movement here by the match. Here's Ross. The rebound by the kid.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the kid in his last game against the Clippers was phenomenal. He ended up with 62 points, and his active hands were on display again with a lot of steals. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Fultz, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring. forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
And the number 1 pick in 2017, Markelle Fultz out of Washington. 6'4". Clark, you think he's more of a point guard or a 2?
Well, you know, at Washington, Kevin, I thought he showed the ability to score and assist at a high level. Coming out of college, I thought he had a chance to be really dynamic in both areas. Time will tell if that's the case, but I think playing the point could take some of the pressure off of his shot as he regains confidence in that part of his game.
To the inside, and the dunk by Bamba.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Inside, the Kid, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. The Kid's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the deep.
To the right side. Here's Okiki. The shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers and start a 3-game homestand with that game.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Here's Fultz. He had 13 points in the win against Indiana. And it's sent back by Allen. Tipped away and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Pulls up for 3. Another 3 that time. A beautiful shot from the Kid. The Kid's got 38 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Fultz looking around to end the run. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he...
Oh, what a play!
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Fultz the pass to Bamba. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooting.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And Fournier's checked in for the bench. And here is Bamba. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. 5 to shoot. Here's Fultz. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for him.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
Pass to Allen. He lobs it up.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And it's Bolt with the ball for the Orlando Magic. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 1:57 left to play here in the second quarter. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Fultz has got 10.
Like that explosion to the basket. Fultz can turn it on so quickly. He's past you before you know it. Quick as a hiccup.
No good from the kid.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much in the jumps.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part, Greg. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And, Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
Baba wide open, and he fires. And that one goes long.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
There's the pass to Murray. That three off the mark. Orlando's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
The Magic shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shooting 2. Okay.
And that one misses for the Magic. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Markelle Fultz. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. Taurean Prince comes in for Murray. And he sinks the second.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Here's the kid. Jordan trying to free himself up. The shot's good from the kid. The kid's got 48.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Back to Augustine. He kicks it to Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Shot clock at 5. Back to Isaac. Gordon trying to break loose. Great D that time from Irving. And so it's Brooklyn sitting on a lead of 40 points at the end of the quarter. Terrific play. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and I'm just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of... And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. A fantastic game from the kid in this one.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for Brooklyn now, Durant is out there with Jared Allen. Then there's Irving. Then it's the kid, and it's Jordan in at the pivot, manning the middle. Knocks it loose. Here's Irving. Finished off the break. Irving's got his first points of the night.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And it's Fultz with the ball for the Orlando Magic. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Burnett shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. The wide open look for Durant. And a miss there on the triple. The Magic shooting a putrid 25% from the field. 4-shot selection all around. Outside Gordon. Beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, you can't let Gordon have room from outside. I mean, he's more than capable of knocking down those perimeter shots.
Now here's Ross. D right on him.
So Terrence Ross putting on a show. Ross can elevate with the best of them.
Here's the kid. Again, what an avalanche.
My goodness. 50 for the 8.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Now here's Ross. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
The putback, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Fultz with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. Take a look at the Nets. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, Orlando, down 4 spots from them.
And when I look at Orlando, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now here's Fultz, covered by Irving, and Fultz gets it to go.
Well, I like watching Fultz use his ball handling skills. Excellent purpose with the dribble. Knows how to shake free to get his shot.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9.5", and that gives him a
substitution on the court.
Outside Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Left side Prince. Power down with both hands.
Prince.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
Right, you look at Bamba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. And he gets off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game. But he has something you just can't teach.
Out of bounds, magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. Here's Fournier. Uses the glass to finish the way. Fournier's got his first basket.
Even when the defense is right up in Fournier, he's still tricky down inside. He constantly figures out ways to keep the defense guessing.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. Pass to Aminu. Lets it go with the 3. The rebound by Prince. And the Nets shooting it quite well in this third quarter, 53%, and the offense is rolling. The kid passes to Harris. Now Jordan. Pass to the kid. Aminu over to help. 5 on the clock. Dinwiddie wide open. If three-pointers off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Augustine finds Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And this is Gordon's sweet spot. An awesome dunker who loves getting in tight and wrecking the rim.
The Kid, and yet another basket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. For Orlando, they've gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Here's Augustine, and it's blocked. Here's the Kid, guarded by Augustine. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Dinwiddie's got 5 points now this quarter. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Nets.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Brooklyn making some changes. Durant's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Rodion Kuruc in for Joe Harris. And the basket by Kuruc.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Fournier against Dinwiddie. Fournier dishes to Gordon. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And it's Gordon missing.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Fournier against Durant. Aminu, the pass to Augustine. Pass to Gordon. From deep three-point range, Dinwiddie with the rebound. Dinwiddie's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The Kid passes to Prince. Here's the Kid by Augustine. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys, it's about trying to posterize them.
And any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight.
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
And there it is for him.
And I think this is an area where Augustine is deadly, a high percentage mid-range shooter.
Over to the left wing. The pass to the Kid. Back to Dinwiddie. From outside the arc. Connects from three-point range.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie's got 13 points now in the quarter.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Outside Fournier. KD against Aminu. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. Here's the Kid, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's his MO. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. To the left wing. Now Isaac, taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Outside Fournier. The three-pointer no good. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Magic shooting the ball forward, just 28%. They've got Jefferson. Frazier is out there with Carter Williams. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's a one-do, and it's small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
And it's Caruch missing. Here's a one-do. He's covered by Murray. A one-do takes to Carter Williams on beyond the arc. And it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
You've got leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get the ball up the court as fast as you can.
The Magic have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Carter Williams with it. Pass to Jefferson. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Jefferson's got his first bucket in this one. Nets shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Prince, the pass to the kid. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. That one drops for him. And it's 6 points for KD.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Bamba checked in for Isaac. Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nets. And here's the break. Frazier the pass to Bamba. A rebound by the Nets. Prince has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Stolen by Bamba. Out on his own on the break. Here's Frazier. Trips down the breakaway slam.
You know, guys, passing is one part of Bamba's game that he's been working on. And, you know, when you can pass it as a big guy, that's an added bonus.
Passes it to the kid. And another one. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's tightly guarded. Dishes it to Frazier. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. You like that?
That's his second.
Yes and no. I think you can have 2 separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. And the second free throw, good. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 on field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Feet away. Allen's shot is off. The Magic have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Jefferson, and Jefferson throws it down.
And really, job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Sunday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Wednesday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
Now here's Carter Williams. Tight defense on him. Pass to a 1-2. Clark, the relationship between referees and players. reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
Frazier kicks to Carter Williams. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist. Carter Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
What a nice touch from Carter Williams. So good at using the flob, is what I like to call it, the combination lob and floater.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
To the wing right side. Here's Bamba, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jared Allen.
You know, it's not a bad idea to foul Bamba. Actually, a good foul. He's hard to stop, and he's not that strong a free throw shooter, so send him to the line.
And he makes the first. Now, when you look at Mo Bamba, with his size around 7'1" and Ike Clark, the longest wingspan, arm span ever measured at the combine, he can dominate inside.
And you know what, guys? The scary thing is he's got room to fill out. He's got room to add good muscle and weight to that frame. And once he does, he's going to be a nightmare to deal with.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
And that one misses. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
No good from the kid.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Jefferson. A rebound by the kid. The kid's got 7 rebounds in the game. Now the dish to Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Allen's got some old-school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility and does a good job finishing above the rim.
Levert against Carter Williams. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. The next meeting is switch here. Jordan's checked in. Dionte Jordan. Bamba against Jordan. 6 to shoot. Bamba dishes to Carter Williams. The alley-oop, got a piece of it, but he stays with it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
The Nets have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Getting some solid looks for them. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic, because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. And then he can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Well, that might be fair, Greg, but I wouldn't want to take away from what he did in that last game. I mean, let's just say it's a pretty nice run he's on, no matter how you decide to frame it up.
Now the pass to Jefferson. Back to Carter Williams. And he gets the bucket. Carter Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter. The Nets have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. And it's Murray with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And Bamba comes to help. Pass to LeVert. On the wing, Chandler. The kid passes to Jordan. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
David Wabas checked in for the Nets. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
Next foul. And the kid picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Passes to Bamba. Rejected by Jordan. And for the ball out of bounds, Jordan touches last. Ball. Here's a 1-2. He dishes it to Bamba. The kick out to Frazier. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up to the stripe. Tries again. Count that one. That's 8 points for Mohamed Bamba.
Boy, Bamba really a dogged rebounder despite his slight frame. He's got great length and timing, and his intensity is really impressive.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second stretch. Joe Harris is checked in for LeVert. Well, Orlando shooting about 47% here in the 4th. Frazier outside. Jacks up a 3. Magic working now with the new shot clock. Here's Bamba. Here's Jefferson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of this game.
Free throw good, Jefferson. Any changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things? Incidents on the floor or off the floor?
Well, I think there's a place for fines and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories. But I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
A 1-2 kicks to Bamba. Pass to a 1-2. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Bamba's shot is off. Bamba's gone just 3 of 10 shooting from the field. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. A nice shot by Frazier.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as they can take him.
And the kid picks up the foul.
Substitution on the court.
Oakland easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Alden, this is Kevin Arnold along with the 2K Sports Crew. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash. Feeling the sound, feeling the feet, feeling the streets.
Hey, Shaq here. Another game, another double-double. If you had to choose, which is the greater value to this team, your passing or your scoring?
Definitely the passing, man. And that, when guys feel more involved in the offense, that bleeds over to other areas of the game as well. Suddenly, guys defend harder, run the floor faster, pound the glass. For me, it's about spreading the ball around so everyone gets a taste and feel parts of what we got going on here.
That's right, baby. Everybody eats. Barbecue chicken alert!
That's the great thing about this league. It's constantly changing. So just look at all of those so-called unicorn picks. You know, guys like Durant, Porzingis, Zion, and Simmons, and Embiid, and Luka. Giants who can play like point guards. Big men who can range three. Shoot the rock, big fella. Yeah, so don't be so sure you know what's going to happen in the future. You know, everyone thought you had to have a Curry a few years ago. Now, you got to have a big guy who can shoot. Or maybe not. The league is unpredictable, and that's something we should all be thankful for.
Strong agree, Hank. Change keeps things fresh.
Yep. You know what else is fresh?
The banger we're about to play for our listeners?
Absolutely right on, Hornet. Time to play some more music. This is Hank and the Hornet.